A very good morning, one and all. It's the last game of the series, and it's also the decider. 2-2 with Malaysia getting a defeat yesterday. And we are back with the live action from the BAYUEMAS Oval. This lovely city, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The 50 T20I. Nepal would be looking for a win, and so would the Malaysian side want to make some history out here. And without wasting much of a time, we have got Shaidur there in the center with the two captains for that one last time for the flip of the coin battle.
A very good morning, everyone. The wait is over. It's time for the decider. So another exciting game coming up. It's between Malaysia and Nepal. So I'm here for the last time in the series for the all-important toss. So I have the two captains, Winifred from Malaysia, Indu Burma from Nepal, and our match referee, Mr. Edwin Shah. So we'll head into the toss as it's Winifred who will flip the coin.
Head.
And tails, Winifred, another win for you at the toss. So you have a lot of luck with the toss itself.
I think, this time the luck came on me most of the time. So what we wanted to do and we got what to do.
So you're happy to bat first. What sort of a total will you be looking for?
I think on this pitch, 100 above will be a good score on this pitch. And I hope we'll come back stronger from what happened the previous.
So any changes in your 11 for the final game?
We're going with the same team.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Indu?
Yes.
So happy to bowl first for the 5th time in this series.
Definitely. I think we chosen to bowl actually if we won the toss also. So our plan is, I think we have a good plan for our bowler as well. They will definitely do, they will deliver the good areas, I guess. So we are ready for both actually.
So final match of the series, you must be pumped up to win this.
Yes, of course. We have to win this series anyhow. This is do and die match for us. So we'll definitely win for our Nepali fans as well.
And congratulations to you for scoring 1,000 international runs as well.
Thank you so much.
Okay, good luck for the game.
Thank you.
So the news from out here, Malaysia won the toss and they will be batting first.
So the toss done and dusted. And for the 5th time in a row, it is Malaysian captain Winifred winning it. And no surprises, going with the same strategy, electing to bat first, put up those runs on the board, and give up a challenge with the ball again in the later half. The last game, Nepal fielders making their way towards the center, and so are the two on-field umpires. 5-game T20I bilateral series. And it's all up to the last game. Started off quite well with Malaysia getting the win. Second T20I, Nepal fought back, and then the third game, again a win for Malaysia. And the previous game yesterday, it was Nepal who got the better half up against Malaysia. They performed really well with Indu Burma completing her first 1,000 runs in T20I. She's the first Nepalese batter to do so, the skipper. And we are all in readiness to start some live action. Just a few moments away for the series decider. This lovely venue, the BAYUEMAS Oval, one of my favorites when it comes as one of the most scenic commentary box. And it is going to be Kavita Kuvar who's going to start off with the new ball. Player of the match in the previous game. She bowled exceptionally well with the new ball, picked up a couple of wickets early on, which added that pressure. And we'll be hoping to do something similar. And there is a little change in the batting order. This could start with Aina Hamiza, who's got back-to-back 50s. Couldn't really fire with the bat yesterday. Alongside, she's got Winifred, the skipper, at the non-striker's end. So Van Julia probably sent a little late. And Kavita Kuvar with the new ball will be wanting to put up that early impact. She's going to start from the Nigara end. It's a very important game for both the sides. Malaysia will be wanting to create history. They haven't won any series before this. against Nepal women's. So will be a good test for both the sides, especially Malaysia women's playing their first series after being coached by Mr. Dab Watmore. Here comes the first delivery. And that's going to be the first runs as well towards the deep third. No time wasted by Nahamiza. Thick outside edge. And the runs are on the board. And also the right time to introduce my co-commentator, Shaidur, who was there at the toss. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Harman, and a very good morning to all the viewers who have tuned in. And I think it's a perfect setup. Two teams evenly poised, a lot to play for. Whoever wins this are gonna seal the series.
And Winifred just pushes that down the carpet. Another dot ball. First overs are going to be very, very important. First six, Shaidur. The dot deliveries is something that Winifred will be afraid of. Played many dot deliveries yesterday.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's very important that Malaysian batters they pace the innings well.
Another dot delivery just outside off, urging the batter to play that fall shot towards the gully. They've got the catching position fielders there.
Well, Malaysia have some concerns up the order. That's why they have been keeping changing the order. So we have seen Wan Julia again replaced by Winifred. So that's something that the Malaysian batters really need to work on.
Just cut away. First runs for the skipper, Winifred, the new opener for Malaysia women. As you mentioned, we've seen 3 changes already. They did experiment with Noor Dania as well, which didn't really work out as an opener. Then in the next game, Van Julia came back. She did score some runs, missed out yesterday. So do you think that they should be sticking to that one opening pair and give them a few chances?
But I think it's also due to the fact that Wan Junior has not been in the best of forms. We have seen in recent days, she's a batter that's been out of form for quite some time. And the management still believes in her because she's a good wicketkeeper. But you need to step up because this Malaysian side is very different. A lot of youngsters coming in from the under 19 squad. So a lot of development happening around. So if you don't cement your place, you might get dropped.
Yeah, last ball of the first over. Brilliant delivery. Just away from the edge of the bat. Just a couple of runs. A good start again for Kavita Kuwar with the new ball. Malaysia are 2 without a loss at the end of the first.
It's a very good start here from Kavita Kuwar with that hint of movement away from the right hander. That can be really handy with the new ball, and I won't mind to see a slip coming in place as well because Nepal will need early wickets to impose the pressure on the Malaysian batters. And in comes Pooja Mahato from the Golden Hope end, another wonderful cricketer. She has been really good with the new ball throughout the series.
She's been always a very, very handy bowler and a terrific batter as well. Gun of a fielder. Covers all your 3 dimensions as a player. Under 19 skipper. Now made herself very much a member of the senior C. That'll be a dot delivery to start off. Mid wicket right inside. Cut down those singles. This is good approach. But also I feel 5 games and they've chosen to bat first. Do you think today they could have done chasing? What do you reckon?
Yes, absolutely. I think it was a choice for them to take, but I think Malaysia went for the safest option.
Single towards the long gone. Winifred, she's someone who likes to take those ones and twos, and Aina Hamiza is the one who goes for the attack mode. That is what you will be hoping. Nepal will be looking for a win, a series win. It's a quick single. Good running between the wickets. Just that gentle tap and run.
Well, smart batting here, I would say. Just picking the singles, keep the scoreboard ticking. I think that will be the key here for the Malaysian top order. They cannot afford to lose too many wickets. And I think they have two good batters out there. Aina Hamiza in good form as well. That's pulled away in the gap. That will be the first boundary coming from the bat of the Malaysian skipper, Winifred. Slightly short of length, and that was a good looking shot.
First boundary, and the skipper done quite well there. Got in position early. Gets that away for a boundary, and she needed that. Malaysia needs runs from the skipper.
Yes, I think apart from Aina Hamiza and Mas Elisa, the rest of the batters didn't get much runs in the series.
Again, cut away. That will be more runs. The square cut she was finding from long time. Gets it. Finally, a boundary. Back-to-back force for the skipper.
Well, take that shot for a change. We have seen so many square cuts being missed. And finally, the Malaysian skipper getting one away. Look at that. Beautifully executed. Waiting for the ball. And she played it late. That was the key. Another boundary here. Back-to-back boundaries for the skipper. And Pooja Mahato straight under a lot of pressure here.
Pooja, she was targeted in the second T20I as well in her power play over, although she picked up a wicket. And that is really good to see. The runs coming in. She's not shy to play those shots, Winifred. Just pushed back to the bowler. A good over. 10 off it after 2. 12 without a loss.
Kavita Kaur will continue in here. Malaysia had a good over. 10 runs of the previous one. So they have the foundation and the platform set up. Now they just need to carry the momentum with them.
Pushed away with a straight bat. Yeah, the momentum is there after that previous over. It's all about carrying that forward. Still 4 more overs of power play. Making the most out of it will be the key.
Yes, but I think it's very important that you don't get into that shell and play too many taut deliveries, because that will pile up the pressure back again on the batters.
That's a good looking shot, but straight towards mid-off. Chance of a run out. Was close. Mighty close. The direct hit. She was a goner.
Yes, it was the skipper, Indu Burma. She has a good, strong throw. It's always going to be risky taking her on. She's one of the better fielders in the Nepal side.
One of the finest. No doubt about that. Pushed again straight towards the fielder. It's been a busy cordon there.
There's 3 fielders there, very close to each other. So very packed offside field. Cover, extra cover. And then that player which is in between the extra cover and the mid-off.
Okay, and trying to go for that square cut. Misses it. Again, that feet movement is not there. This is something that she should be working on.
Yeah, you need to get closer to the balls. Because that again was not the best of deliveries. She missed out on the opportunity because not many fielders square off the wicket.
Unable to find the gap. The fielder is just rounding up. This is good over again from Kavita Kaur. That pressure that she's adding from one end. Although you got the runs in the previous over. But you got to make sure that runs come in. At least 1s and 2s. It's the power play. Make use of it.
I think she was very good in the previous game as well. Bowled 4 overs, 10 runs, 3 wickets for her.
This time on the onside. This will be a long chase for Kavita Joshi. And the ball is eventually going to win the race. So good finish to the over. Third boundary for Winifred. Brilliant timing on that one.
Well, just when Malaysia needed it, it's the skipper stepping up from the front. Winifred, 3 boundaries in quick time. Just the type of start that Malaysia needed. And I like the approach. It's good, positive cricket.
Absolutely agree on that. It's the runs that you need up front. 3 overs, 17 on the board. It's a good, healthy start. You also want to finish the power play with at least 35-40 runs, as there is going to be a change. Hindu goes to Suman Bisht, who's been one of the finest bowlers with the new ball, the left armour. She will start from the Golden Hope end, coming in over the wicket, which we've seen her do quite well, produces that angle quite well.
Well, I think Nepal bowlers have done a good job here, keeping Aina Hamiza very quiet. But it's the surprise element in Winifred that really took them by surprise, who's scoring bulk of the running here.
It's good to see that she's trying to find boundaries and looking for that run rate to be adjusted. 17 on the board, courtesy of some good batting by Winifred. She's on 14 of 12, as you mentioned. Bulk of the runs coming from her bat. Starts off with a wide. That angle that she wants to bring in is not really going to work here. Wide signal.
Well, that's a good contrast between both the bowlers. We have seen Kavita Kuar, someone who relies on the swing in the air, but Suman Bisht is completely different. She moves the ball from the seam that goes across the right-hander.
And trying to hit that too hard, misses it completely. And that has been a problem for Aina Hamiza. She's trying to generate that extra power.
But yes, you have to give it to Aina Hamiza. She has been in great form, scored 140 runs in this series, average of over 40 runs, 2 back-to-back 50s. Definitely the batter to look out for.
It was not a bad shot, but straight towards the fielder. They'll get the single.
Well, I feel the throw went to the wrong end. I think Aina Hamiza was struggling to get to the other end. But Kavita Kuar just chose the wicket-keeper's end, where Winifred was easily home. Another good single.
Runs coming in easy. And that's what you need in the power play. Keep that scoreboard ticking. Another very good shot. Beats the field. A diving effort. That will be another boundary. That's the 4th boundary already for Winifred. She is looking in some fine touch.
Again, width on offer, and that was smashed through the offside, dissecting the fielders. I think there's a lot of protection in the circle, but still she managed to find the gap, just piercing the infield. And once you beat the infield, the outfield here is electrifying.
The outfield is lightning fast. Some excellent work done by the groundsmen, the pitch curators, of course. It's a good batting track. You were there at the toss time. Pretty flat, I reckon. This time trying to pull that, missed it. Your dot delivery kept a bit low as well.
Yes, talking about the wickets, I think the wickets have been wonderful here at the BAYUEMAS Oval throughout the series. We have seen in a matter of all 5 games, the batters have played with such ease, and the ball coming nicely onto the bat. Very unlikely of the other grounds in Malaysia. If you go to the STC, the ball will be turning square.
This time came off the leading edge, didn't travel towards the fielder. Dot ball. It's a good batting track and very flat as well, very batting friendly. A little assistance for the spinners, of course, with those little cracks here. Not much grass. It's a very good wicket. A lot of water given, and there's a lot of dryness as well because of the sun coming out early again today. Has been really supportive. Kane was trying to just cut that away, able to beat the gap. Another dot delivery. As Rachna Kumari cuts it off. 4 overs gone, 23 without a loss.
And I think the weather has been kind as well. We haven't seen much of rain. Malaysia usually a lot of rain, especially in the afternoon, but we haven't seen much, especially in the last 1 week. We had an afternoon game, the opening match itself, which happened in very good conditions as well. So I think these are very good signs here, and we have been given some good cricket played by both the teams. I think some wonderful performances, some wonderful individual brilliance, we would say.
Talking about brilliance, there's another brilliant spinner coming in, Rachna Kumari, in for the over number 5. Took a spectacular catch yesterday, if you remember. It was one of the finest takes I've seen in the series. Absolutely brilliant coming in from the Nigara end. Someone who likes to flight the ball. He's got a very deceptive arm ball as well. Rachna Kumari, she's quite young in her career, but really, really effective with the ball. And Aina looking for that quick single. This is good thinking. You want to keep that scoreboard ticking, just tap it around. What sort of a score, Shai, do you think Malaysia should be looking for today?
I think 120, at least, if they want to have that lead and if they want to put some pressure on Nepal. We have seen the Nepal batters also just stepping in at the right time. So especially the captain in great form. She just reached 1,000 international runs, the first Nepal batter to do so. And I think it will be a tough job for them if they're chasing anything excess of 120.
It's powerfully belted, although Kavita does quite well. Did get a hand to it, rebounded straight towards the mid-off fielder, Indu Burma. And the dot ball. I feel today they should be getting out of their comfort zone and try and get 130, 140. Oh, misfield. There was such power behind that shot that will run away for a 4. Misfielding. And a boundary there for Aina Hamiza. First one for the day for her.
Well, one of those rare occasions where we have seen a misfield coming from one of the experienced fielders, Rubina Chatri, in covers. But that was good enough for another boundary. Again, beautifully timed. Well, sometimes you need that bit of luck as well.
Surely you do. Off the back foot, just worked away for a single. This is good, smart cricket. Both these batters going with a similar approach what they did in the second T20I. And this is good run rate. 4.5 overs, you got 30. Good, decent start.
And the important thing is that they haven't lost a wicket yet.
Again, that square cut should be at least a couple of runs. And Winifred will be back for the double. Good running, good placement. Ends the over with the 2 runs after 5. 32 without a loss, Malaysia.
Another expensive over. 9 runs of it. And again, it was just how late she played that shot. So well controlled shot there for a couple of runs. And she's growing in confidence right now. The Malaysian skipper. Well, she took the responsibility. And it's a brave call to walk into there as an opening batter. And she has done a wonderful job here for Malaysia. Given them the start, 21 of 18. She's scoring more than a runner ball. So Suman Bisht will continue in here. That's driven. But good, sharp fielding there from Suman Bisht.
Starts off with a dot ball into her second over. Left armers. Seen them dominate the game. Good diving effort on her own bowling. It's not easy with the follow through. Shaidur. But it's a good, decent start for Malaysia.
Yeah, I think they'll be happy with it so far. Beautifully driven once again. This time finds the fielder. Good fielding once again. Indu Burma. Well, that's the standard that Nepal puts on the ground. Especially the ground fielding has been exceptional throughout the series from both the sides.
Yes, both the sides have put in a lot of good work in the outfield. And here the boundary being saved by the skipper. every run saved is a run earned. That's how you got to take it in this format. Dot delivery is pure gold.
That's well bowled. This time she was bringing the ball back into the right hander. So good element of surprise, I would say.
Let's have a look at that replay. A little bit of movement coming in for Suman. Yeah, lane swing delivery. That's what Suman Bisht is known for. Remarkable.
That's Fuller. Driven straight to Indu Verma. They're running it. Oh, direct hit. And it would have been curtains for Winifred. Again, not necessary to take such risks. They have a good start. I think it's very important that the Malaysian batters assess to the situation and understand the importance of their wicket.
Well, I think they just don't want to play those dot deliveries. They want to be getting that scoreboard ticking.
That's played away on the onside. Beautifully played. Finds the gap. Another boundary. This time coming from the bat of Aina Hamiza.
They're down on one knee. And just that sweep little pull shot. Call it whatever you want to. But Aina Hamiza will pick up a boundary. She plays it so well. And that's not the length you can bowl to her. Especially when the fine leg is up in the circle.
Yeah, she picked up the length quite early. Another good boundary here for Malaysia. Now the batters are taking the game away from the Nepal bowlers. I think it's very important that Indu Burma makes those right changes and find the wicket here. I think it's a good ploy to have two spinners from both ends. Driven again. Good looking shot. Slight misfield there. But that will end the over. Another good one here for Malaysia. 6 of it. 38 without loss.
There's a signal coming in from Mr. Seven. The power play has ended. We've got the fielders outside protecting the boundaries as Rachna will continue. Coming in for her second over. 6 overs gone, 38 without a loss, no wickets lost. That's a good power play, I would say, for Malaysia. Winning the toss for the 5th time in a row and deciding to go for a bat first. And Winifred coming in as an opener. She's doing really, really well for a 22 of 20. Well supported by Aina, who's got 15 of 16. And they just need to continue in a similar way.
Yes, certainly few elements have really worked well for Malaysia. Winning the toss is one of them. And so far, I think Malaysia will be very happy, especially in this pressure situation, the final match. Whoever wins this will take the series home. So Rachana to continue in here. Spade away on the onside, slightly aerial. That's a safe shot to play.
Single towards the deep. You've got Kavita there. Another surprise to me is Sita Rana Magar again not in the side today. Played in the yesterday's game, didn't quite get a chance to bat either.
Flighted delivery. It was the arm ball coming in with the angle. And I think it's she was facing an injury as well, Sita Rana Magar. Not fit for the game. Yes, definitely a good player for Nepal. Good delivery once again, just dropping the length, pushing the batter on the back foot.
And they've replaced her with Rajmati Eri, another quick bowler in that lineup. Can bat also. Sita Rana, one of the senior members of that lineup.
That was a flatter delivery, the arm ball, and she's got it. It hits the stump. First wicket here for Nepal. And it's Aina Hamiza who departs.
A big wicket for Rachna. The arm ball again doing the trick. And that's what she does. She attacks the stumps. You miss, I hit. And let's have a look at that one. Just that little inside edge chopped onto the middle stump. And Rachna gets them the first breakthrough. 39 for 1 Malaysia as Aina goes back for 15. For that one last time in the series.
Well, she had the start, just couldn't convert that into a big score. Aina Hamiza, but I think she'll be very proud with the way she have batted throughout the series, right from match one. Missed out in the previous game, went out for a duck, but then 15 runs again in this game. And in comes another batter for Malaysia. Another surprise, I would say. It's Noor Izzatul. Well, she has really uh, proved herself in the field for Malaysia. She was involved in a few runouts, took that wonderful catch in which Malaysia took the lead in the third game. And definitely, we have seen signs of her in the previous game where she faced a couple of deliveries. So she has the skills, she can bat, and she has been promoted. I think it's a good opportunity for the youngster. Flight delivery left alone, another good one.
She's going to get more game time. That's the reason why they've been sending youngsters early on to bat in at number 3. A little change. Marcelisa probably coming in at number 4, number 5 with Dania and Mahira Izati.
And played straight to the cover fielder. That will end the over. It's a good one. Just one run and a wicket. 39 for 1 Malaysia. And once again, Noor Izzatul also coming from the under-19 squad. She was part of the World Cup that happened in Malaysia earlier this year.
Yeah, very much the finals being played here at the BAYUEMAS Oval. Those were some lovely spectacles, weren't they? I'm sure you were there.
Yes, I had the opportunity to be part of that World Cup. It was a great feeling, an honor for Malaysian cricket to host the ICC World Cup. Yes, it was the under-19 World Cup, but still, it was a big event. And Malaysia as a host have done a wonderful job. We have spoke about it. 2024 hosted the most number of T20Is across the globe. So the numbers speak for itself. And a lot of credit should go to the Malaysian Cricket Association as well.
Absolutely. There's been a lot of cricket in Malaysia and it's just going upwards and onwards. Another good delivery from Kavita Joshi. Another quick spinner. Talking about the ICC Under-19 Women's World Cup. It was just the second edition. And Malaysia did absolutely brilliant with all the games being played in such great conditions. The groundsmen did a perfect job.
Good use of the feed and sharp fielding there. Kavita Joshi, usually a very good fielder of her own bowling. That was hit hard. Look at that. Much better. Good delivery once again. She's mixing it up, mixing with the pace and with the spin as well. There was a flatter delivery the previous one. This one, much more conventional off spinner. 4 dot deliveries. Good start here. Just the type of over Nepal were looking for. Slightly short. Pull straight to the field. Again, not being able to rotate the strike. Winifred.
5 dot deliveries. You don't want maiden overs at this stage. You're going so well in the game. It's just adding unnecessary pressure on yourself.
That's cut away in the gap. That will be a boundary. Winifred is playing a wonderful knock here for Malaysia.
They're just waiting on for it and playing it late. That late cut gets her the boundary. Behind the short third. Good placement. The release shot coming in, those 4 runs, which were much needed at the moment. As 9 overs are done, I beg your pardon, 8 overs are done, it's 43 for the loss of 1.
The Malaysian batters, they got off to a good start. Aina Hamiza went out for 15. Winifred still continuing on 27. And she's doing it run a ball. So I think it's very important for the new batter who just walked in, Noor Izzatul, to rotate the strike, get Winifred back on strike. Rachna will continue in here. Starting off the 9th over. Noor Izzatul on strike. Slightly short. That's played down the ground. So first runs here for Noor Izzatul as she gets off the mark.
Single. These singles will work. It's all about getting those ones and twos and then getting the boundaries, odd boundaries every over.
That's swept. She fetched that delivery from outside the off stump. Slightly cross batted, but if you're confident enough and if you're having a good time out there, they will connect.
Yeah, you just got to wait for it. And playing spinners is a complete art. It's always better to play it close to the body and as late as possible.
Oh, wonderful fielding there from Rachna. Very sharp. Definitely stopped a single. Saved a run for the team. And that's something with the bowlers. They never like to concede runs of their own bowling.
She's very agile. Quite young as well, Rachna.
Flighted delivery once again. Driven. This time she could have done better. Slight misfield. Another single here for Malaysia.
Malaysia won't mind those ones and twos from here. It's all about Noor Izzatul giving that support to Winifred, who's almost to run a ball. Spacing your innings accordingly.
That shot cut away into the gap, dissecting the fielders on the offside. Couple of runs there.
It's good batting. Very sensible from Winifred. And that square cut that she was struggling with, she's aced it today. She's playing that so well, getting close to the line of the body and playing it late, which we saw she was missing out in the second T20I. 18 failed attempts. 18.
Yes, I think she made a lot of adjustment as well. Just like that. Just waiting for the ball to come to her and playing it a bit late. So that has been the key. Another single to end the over. It's 49 for 1. Kavita Joshi will continue in here. Well, she bowled a wonderful over. Apart from that boundary of the last delivery, the first 5 were all dot balls. So that's something the Malaysian batters need to work on. They cannot be playing too many dot deliveries because not every over you will be able to find that boundary. Good start, good delivery once again, attacking the stumps.
She's flighting it quite well. She's got that good mix, the quicker one. It doesn't turn much. Kavita Joshi.
Driven straight to the bowler. Well, surprisingly, Winifred is still batting with a strike rate of 100. Played a few dot deliveries, but somehow, with those boundaries, she really paced up the innings really well. Late cut once again. This time finds the fielder. Oh, yes and no. Noor Izzatul. Oh dear. Lucky to escape.
Yeah, Ruby Potter didn't have the eye at the non-striker's end. She didn't know that she was halfway down. That could have been a big mix-up, but lucky survival there for Noor Izzatul. As Winifred was busy ball watching. This can cost you the wicket.
Well, the basic says if the ball goes behind the stumps, it's the non-striker's call. Good delivery right up there in the block hole.
You got to believe in your non-striker, but that could have been very risky as well. Fielders on the toes. It's the last over before the drinks break. I'm sure the head coaches will come in.
Much better, sensible batting. Just flicked away on the onside. A a single, but this is another very good over, just 1 run. And that's the 50 for Malaysia as well. 50 up in the 10th over. The run rate is still healthy, more than 5 runs per over. They were going in at well over 6 runs per over in the first 6 overs, but then the Nepal bowlers are trying to slow things up, courtesy of some wonderful bowling from Kavita Joshi. That's driven slightly aerial, but will be a single. And that will end the over. We're at the halfway stage. Malaysia 51 for 1 as the umpires call for a drinks break.
So 10 overs, 51 for 1. And right after the drinks break, we have a change in bowling. It's going to be Riya Sharma coming in for the 11th over, coming in from the Nigara end. Another quick spin bowler for Nepal, as they will try to pull back things in the last 10 overs. That run rate of 5.10, as Winifred is looking pretty good for a 33 alongside Noor Zatul. Got 3 on the board. Still 60 more deliveries remaining in the first innings. Loud appeal right away. And looks like a no ball has been signaled by the leg umpire. The no ball coming in. I reckon that is an error made by the wicket keeper trying to come in, or the appeal may be coming in a little early. So the free hit will come in. Comedy of errors.
Well, a good time for the free hit to come in. Noor Zatul. Not the best of shot selection in the previous one. Trying to play across the line, but she will have the license to swing her bat. The free hit coming up.
No further damage. It was a fuller delivery, over pitched, but couldn't really control that shot. Noor Zatul, another dot delivery. That's the quality of Riya Sharma. Very quick through the air. Kane trying to go for that flashy shot, misses it completely. Another dot ball. You can see the footwork cemented in that middle and leg stump. You got to get closer. That footwork has to be worked on.
Much better. Played on the up. Good looking drive. I think it's very important for the Malaysian batters to understand the situation right now. We can see Noor Izzatul batting on 4 of 10 deliveries. So that will put some pressure on the Malaysian skipper as well. Winifred, who has been batting well, 32 of 35. But your partner needs to compliment you out there.
Trying to just cut that away straight towards point. Look at that fielding. Excellent return. Not wasting any time. It was Puja Mahato. Rajmati area, beg your pardon. Uppishly played. Just over the mid off for a single.
But again, good over after that no ball of the very first delivery. Just 3 runs of the over. Well, few overs like this will really bring back Nepal into this game as well. That will be a wide. And I think extras, that's something that the Nepal bowlers need to work on. We have seen too many extras in the previous game as well, where they bowled more than 15 wides.
And trying to cut that away. Loud appeal. No, it says the umpire. End of the over. 4 runs off it. And after 11, 55 for 1.
The Nepal bowlers, it has been a mixed bag. Kavita Joshi, Kavita Kuwar, those 2 bowlers were really economic, very good with the line and length. And the rest of the bowling has been a bit hit and miss, especially Puja Mahato bowling that only over, giving away 10 runs. Suman Bisht, tidy, 6 runs per over, 12 runs in 2 overs. But I think it's time for a change in the bowling as well. Rajmati Airi making her way back into the side, and she will have a go at the Malaysian batters.
And also taking in consideration that she didn't feature in the last 2-3 games, making a comeback into the side, replacing Sitarana Magar. It's the last game of the 5-match series. Squared up 2-2. The winner takes the series home. So far it has been a very balanced game, but now is the time where Malaysia need to press on that throttle, accelerate the innings. Last 9 overs, target at least 70-80 runs from here if you want to get towards that respectful score. That winning total is 120 plus. You need that psychological barrier on the mind of the opposition side. That 120 plus is a must in this game.
Yes, and with 9 wickets, you should be getting there. And if you don't, you only can blame yourself.
Driven square with good work from Indu Burma. She's always so agile. And a lot of ground to cover coming in from long off. Driven for a single. Winifred back on strike. Now she's been there for a while. She should be looking for that big hits. You've got Marcelisa, you've got Noor Dania, and you've got Mahira Izzati. These 3 batters have that quick scoring ability. That will be another single down the carpet. 1 more run added to the board.
And Harman, I think it's very important that they target the right bowlers as well. If I was batting out there, a new bowler coming back into the side, not being at her best, I think it's the right time to target that bowler, which is Rajmati Airi.
That's in the air, just short from the fielder. There's a half a chance. They've scattered a single. Indu not really happy. It was Rachna again. I feel a little late to respond.
They get very close to the fielder. Noor Izzatul on strike. Well, a very slow start from her. 5 of 12. I think she has been very cautious.
That's going to be a wide. away from the trem line. Add that to the scoreboard. 59 on the board. Yeah, I feel she's in two minds. Hasn't really batted much.
And you can see from the body language, she seems to be a bit restless as well. So a lot of nerves, of course, for a youngster to come into the senior side in a pressure situation like this.
Another good looking shot, but unable to find the gap. Singles won't really bother Nepal much.
That was a much better shot. She looked confident. So I think it's good if you can play it down the ground. It gives you that extra freedom to play.
Another single. Suman Bisht in the deep, patrolling the boundary. The boundary raiders have done quite well. Apart from Winifred, I haven't seen any batter that comfortable today.
Yes, I think the rest of the batters have struggled a bit. Well, still there's time left in the innings for the Malaysian batters to recover. Slightly aerial. Another single. Again, just trying to hit the ball too hard. It was right there in a slot. Not making the good connection. End of the over. 62 for 1.
Ria to continue. Gave away 4 in that previous over that she bowled. 62 on the board for the loss of 1 wicket. Rizatul, she's got 7 of 14. Needs to pick up striking ability that she has. Early days in her career. Will be another single. And also, Shadar, it's a perfect occasion for this youngster to step up, perform for the team, contribute in this must-win game. You want to win the series. You want to take a big win home.
And I think it's a very brave call from the captain and the head coach as well, Mr. Dev Watmore, giving an opportunity to a youngster in a pressure game where there is a lot at stake. Whoever wins this will win the series, and then that's ICC points on grasp as well.
Yeah, the ranking always coming in mind. Nepal ranked 21, Malaysia is on 26. So you want to get closer. You want to be getting as close to that 15, 16 marks so that you can play the Women's World Cup going forward and be at the top, perform. Or this could be a mix-up. Chance there. But a little late, but good effort. Again, the skipper Indu Burma, very busy in the outfield as always.
But again, you can see the signs of frustration there from the batter with all those dot deliveries. It's getting on her psychologically.
Another dot ball. When you've got players like Mas Elisa, Noor Dania, and Mahira there in the dugout, you need that runs coming in. It's the last game. It's not about experimenting today. You generally don't experiment in the last games. You generally do it in the first or second game to just check. Good shot. Driven down the carpet. Some work for the fielders. Excellent work by Samjana. She saves a couple of runs for the side.
It's much better. Good looking shot there. It was in the slot, but well played just beside the bowler. And the good thing was she played it all along the carpet. Safe shot usually. Again, just trying to hit the ball too hard. Another dot delivery. End of over number 13. Malaysia 66 for 1. Raj Mathiari will continue in here. Winifred on strike.
She starts off with a wide delivery. Just away from the tram line again. That angle that seen Rajpati try. Runs have dried up. Do you still think that 120 is on the card, Shahidur?
Well, with 9 wickets in hand, you need to get there.
It's another good strike, but straight towards the deep. 1 run only. So that singles are the only runs that are coming in. You need fours, you need doubles. But it's not about you should be getting. What do you think?
Well, I still think that they might end up scoring 100 to 110 runs because of the situation right now. And she's gone. Another wicket. And finally, that slow-paced innings of Noor Izzatul comes to an end.
Again, that inside edge. Those dot deliveries were piling up. She had to go for the shots. Nowhere in control. Again, that little width on offer. You should be playing that on the offside. And a wicket coming in. 68 for 2.
Well, I think Malaysia won't mind that wicket as it brings in Marcelisa, the half-centurion in the previous game. And you need someone who can really complement Winifred's innings right now. Well, Malaysia had a good start and they're just losing the way into this innings, especially after the 10th over. Noor Izzatul went out after scoring 10 runs of 20 deliveries.
They're getting back Marcelisa. That is a good sign for Malaysia where the runs were not coming in. She's someone who's been the pick of run getter. Been in some good touch from the YSD Malaysian Super Women series. Has played some good knocks in the series as well. And they'll be hoping something similar can happen today as well. Much needed if Malaysia want to finish off with that 120. Or perhaps more. It can be Marcelisa who can play that attacking brand of cricket. Someone known for those kind of shots. And right away she goes for the big heave. Hasn't timed. It should be a catch. Kavita Joshi underneath takes it. So 1 wicket brings you the other. Marcelisa perishes of the very first delivery.
Well, the pressure comes on to you as Malaysia loses another wicket. This time, the important wicket of Marcelisa just getting carried away. Again, just trying to fetch the ball from outside the off stump, trying to play it on the onside. Not the best of shots. Golden duck here. And Malaysia in some trouble now. 3 wickets down, 68. They had a wonderful start after 6 overs. There were 38 runs without a wicket. And from there, now they find themselves 68 for 3 in the 14th over.
Yeah, bringing in Raj Mathiari has worked for Nepal. She's got the double strike in the over. As Mahira Izati walks out in at number 5, joins the skipper. Runs drying up and then wickets falling as well. Nothing going well for Malaysia in the later half of this. Rajmati Eri just inside, dot delivery. After picking up a couple of wickets, the bowler just becomes even more confident.
Yes, 2 wickets in the over. Good comeback here from Rajmati Eri. Was expensive in the first over, but she has pulled things off. Oh, slight misfield. That will be a single. Mahira Izati gets out the mark. Well, Malaysia just throwing the game away.
Still early to say that. Still have another 6 overs. But yes, they are just soaking under pressure. You just want to be playing your natural game, which they didn't. They were getting those singles in the first 10 overs. After the drinks break, just held back. Something similar happened yesterday also, if you remember. The first 10 overs was good with the bat. The last 10 overs they didn't. And that costed them the game. 14 gone, 69 for 3.
Well, 7 bowlers used by Nepal, and they still have the options of Indu Burma and Rubina Chatri. So that's 9 bowlers in the side. So it's a good problem to have for the Nepal side and the captain as well. Riya Sharma will continue in here. Start of the 15th over.
2 overs, none for 8. She's another reason the runs have dried up. It's bowled quite well, picking up the right channels. Look at that quick single. Oh, misfield. They should be coming back for the 2. Slight little error. It was Pooja Mahato. You generally don't see her do those errors in the outfield. Back for the 2nd.
Yes, casual. Very casual there from Pooja Mahato. Didn't have a good outing so far with the ball. Ball only 1 over. Very expensive, 10 runs of that.
Quicker delivery. Skidding on. Brilliantly bowled. Just outside off. That 4th to 5th stump is what she targets. She's one star performer in the making.
And I think the footwork on that occasion was a bit tentative. Not sure if to go forward or backward. Much better on that occasion. Using her feet, trying to get closer to the delivery.
Yeah, but still the runs are not coming in. It's not getting easy from here. That's a good shot. Although you've got Kavita Kuvar in the deep, who'll try to save that double. They're coming back. Should be a run out. In the end, good running. Ruby could have done better.
Yes, and also the throw was a bit wide. If it was close to the stumps, could have been curtains for Mahira Izati. 4 runs of this over. Winifred still hanging in there. She has been there from ball 1.
Oh, it's the covers for a single. The boundary is really, really far. Last boundary came in the over number 7. Almost 8 overs. The boundary hasn't come in.
And I think all the boundaries came from the bat of Winifred. But the rest of the batters have found it really difficult out there. Again, a mistimed shot, but they will find a single. Just 5 overs away, 75 for 3. The Malaysian batters, they had a good start, Aina Hamiza and Winifred. And since Aina Hamiza departed, the rest of the batters really failed to put an impact to the game. Noor Izatul scoring 10 runs of 20 deliveries. Mas Elisa was out first ball. Now Mahira Izati and Winifred are trying to rebuild, but they don't have much time left. Rajma Tyri will continue in here. Well, a good comeback here from her. Was dropped and then made her way back into the side. Took 2 wickets in 2 deliveries. She'll be bowling to the Malaysian skipper, Winifred. Received away. Good looking shot, but just a single. Again, finding the fielder. They need to find the gaps.
The slog overs have started and you want to make use of it. Winifred desperately looking for support from the other end. No one has really stepped up for them. Mahira's got 6 of 7. Winnie's got 40 of 45.
Again, just trying to play the ball on the onside. They're just fetching the deliveries from outside the off stump, where there is a lot of vacant area on the offside as well, especially square of the wicket.
Just another single coming in. It's not really working for them. You want to get towards that 120 to go for 4s and 6s.
Oh, that's in the air. Oh, juggle, but she gets there. Another wicket here for Rajmati Airi, and this time it's that important wicket of Winifred. The Malaysian skipper departs after scoring 40 runs.
It was again the slower delivery as Rajmati continues to trickle with wickets. And it's the wicket of skipper. The well-set batter Winifred departs after a good knock of 40. Just in the air and a good catch. Couple of fumbles, but she completes it. Kavita Joshi with the second catch. And with that, it is the wicket number 4 down with just 77 on the board. And Noor Dania will walk out to replace the captain. A good knock, a fighting knock, I would say, from the captain Winifred, but lacked support from the other end, which resulted in taking those wrong shots. That shot selection was not the best.
Well, again, that delivery was pitched on the 5th or 6th stump, and trying to fetch a delivery that wide to play on the onside was not the best of shots. And losing the important wicket of a set batter in a situation like this will really put Malaysia on the back foot. 77 for 4. Noor Dania and Mahira Izati will need to do a lot of catch up right now. And third wicket here for Rajmati Airi. What a day she's having. Noor Dania on strike, facing a first delivery here. Let's cut away straight to the point fielder. They will snatch a single. Noor Dania gets off the mark straight away.
Cut away for that 1 run to get off the mark. And Rajmati Airi called back into the game. Didn't play the last 2, but has been effective. Left armer picking up 3 wickets. It's been a good comeback for her. She'll take that, and so will the team. That's in the air, just chipped. Should only be another single.
Yes, singles won't hurt Nepal. I think the bowlers have done a commendable job here, picking up the wickets just when they mattered. Found their way back into the game. It's beautifully driven in the gap, but Kavita Kuwar will cut it off just to single. Again, wonderful throw from the deep.
You can't take chances against the arm of Kavita. $16 gone. Last 4 overs remaining in the kitty. How many more runs can the Malaysia side pile up? This is the series decider, coming in live from the BAYUEMAS Oval in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Nice sunny day out here. Again, that scorching heat, just around 36, 35 degrees Celsius. Perfect conditions, good wicket, batting friendly. A little purchase for the spinners and the bowlers who can seam the ball. Kavita Joshi returns back, coming in from the Nigara, and 2 overs, none for 6 for her. Likes bowling towards the death overs.
Oh, that was fired in on the leg stump. Fortunately for her, that didn't hit the bat, or else that would have flown to the boundary. White to start with. Again, much better, slowing down the pace. Good change of pace here. Very smart bowling here from Kavita Joshi into a third over. She has been very economical.
Known to skid the ball in, Kavita Joshi.
Much better. Good line. Just played in the gap. Another single. Well, this is good bowling here. They have tried down the runs, tried the boundaries. Wonderful comeback from the Nepal bowlers.
Right after the drinks break, we've seen that halt, which happened yesterday also.
That's driven in the gap. That's a long chase here for Kavita Kuar. And a misfield. That will be a boundary for Mahira Izzati.
That's a welcome for Malaysia and Mahira. The boundary which was dried up. After the 7th over, the boundary comes in at 16.3. Scoreboard moves on to 86. Much needed as well. Malaysia want to put up that fighting total.
Just playing with soft hands. Another single. Well, that boundary will help Malaysia, but they will need to find more of those. Still have 6 wickets in hand.
You'll have to find your ways back. It's very important, but the bowling has been top class. Last 7 overs, I would say, have been terrific from Nepal.
Scamper through for another single. Well, it has been a good over so far for Malaysia. 8 runs of it. But will it be enough? 88 on the board into the 17th over. Well, Malaysia will need to accelerate now. They need to find those boundaries. Mahira Izzati is playing a good knock here. 13 of 11. Pulled away in the gap. Oh, good fielding there. Excellent work there from the skipper, Indu Burma. Desperate dive. At least saved 1 run there.
Brilliant effort. Sliding to her right. Single-handed save. Last 3 overs remaining. 89 on the board. And you've got a couple of overs of Kavita Kuwar as well. And I feel from the Golden Hope end, it's going to be Kavita coming in. So change of ends for her. 2 overs, none for 7 before this. Just seen 1 over of Pooja Mahato today. Went away for 10. And you've got 1 over of Rajmati Eri. And I think the last 3 is going to be Kavita, Rajmati and Kavita again to finish off the innings. So 3 overs. Can they add up another 30, 40 runs? Looks like a tall task, but anything is possible in this format. It's all about batting well, with Mahira and Noor both having that big hitting ability. They need to find boundaries, at least a couple of 4s in this over.
Yes, they'll need to bat well. Mahira Izzati on strike. Oh, big appeal. Wrapped on the pads. But the angle was going down the leg. Well, coming back to the start of the innings, Harman, when they went off to a good start, especially in the power play, we were thinking about 130, 120 at least, which seems to be a tall task now. So how did things change? What's your thoughts on that? What went wrong for Malaysia?
It's those dot deliveries that came in much likely, which they shouldn't have got. You've got to keep that scoreboard ticking, which they failed to after power play. And The last 10 overs have been very much dried up.
That's down the leg. They will run the second. We have to wait for the umpire signal. Well, it came off the bat. Looked like it came off the pad. She's got a touch to it. 2 more runs to Mahir Izzati.
Even if they can add up another 20, that takes you to 111, which might be a fighting score.
Heaved away on the onside. That's in the gap. Again, good fielding in the deep. Suman Bisht.
Suman Bisht is another very fine fielder. She's bowled well also. I think the overs of Kavita Kuwar, Kavita Joshi, and Riya Sharma have been really, really decisive.
That's played in the air. Another single. Well, they're playing some good-looking shots. It's just that they've not been able to execute and find the gaps on regular intervals. We've seen, apart from those early boundaries coming off the bat of Winifred, the rest of the batters have found it really tough to score boundaries. That's driven in the gap. They might be going for the second. Oh, miscommunication. Direct hit from the deep. Wonderful throw once again from Suman Bisht.
That was a brilliant throw from the deep, almost towards the deep mid-wicket. Fielding standards have been quite high.
Well, the Nepal fielders, they have not done much wrong throughout the series. Took the inside edge to find leg. Another single. That's 6 runs from the over. 95 for 4. 2 more overs remaining.
3 overs, none for 13 for Kavita Kuwar. Those figures speak for itself. Another over for Kavita Joshi. So the Kavita square coming in towards the later end of this innings. Last 12 deliveries. Shahidur, your quick prediction.
I'll still stick to 110.
That's another 15 runs from here.
Yes, I think even 15 runs will be good enough for Malaysia. At least the bowlers will have something to bowl at. But anything less than that, and it will really ease the game for Nepal.
We'll have to wait and watch.
Again, trying to cut the ball. Was very close to the bat. Well, a dot delivery at this stage of the game is absolute gold dust here. But as a batter, you also need to find a way in. Try to look for runs. Try to execute. Let's cut away. Oh, aerial. That will be a drop catch. They're running for the second. These are extra runs here. A simple catch. The point fielder. I think it was Rajmati Irie. Or it was Rachana. The left arm spinner. Slightly casual in the approach. But that was a sitter. Full toss. Played down the ground. Oh, another drop catch. That's 2 in 2. Well, it's that kind of a day for Noor Dania. Riya Sharma was the fielder this time. And Kavita Joshi is absolutely livid with the situation out there. Could have got the wicket in the very first delivery, and then for the second time the drop, and straight away there's a change in the field as well. The captain Indu Burma replacing Riya Sharma to long off. Again, it was wide outside the off stump, the feet not moving well. Dot deliveries.
That was a frustrated delivery, let me tell you. She is livid, absolutely livid. 2 drop catches, you don't like it as a bowler.
big appeal for stumping. And Nurdania just did well to get her foot back on time.
But Ruby Porter was pretty quick. She took the bails off in a flash of a second. Just the 4 runs. Last will be coming up. Let's have a look at the replay once again. Was a touch and go. Never easy with the naked eye.
It's tight glove work there behind the stumps. Played with soft hands. A single that will bring up the 100 for Malaysia. Only 5 runs despite those 2 drop catches.
3 dot deliveries as well, Shahidur. Not to forget, 19 overs gone, 100 for the loss of 4. Last over coming up. It will be Kavita Kuwar to bowl that. Shahidur, looks like that 115 might not be coming in now.
Yes, absolutely. I think, like I said in the previous over, I said 110. So there's a outside chance of it. But then you need to bat well. Nurdania batting on 11 of 13. Mahira 18 of 16. Kavita Kuwar comes into ball the last over. And she disturbs the timber. Wicket in the first delivery. And Nurdania departs.
Straight onto the stumps. Trying to play that with a cross bat. You miss, I hit, says Kavita. First wicket for her. 1 for 13 in 3.1 over. She's bowled really well. Well, she can bowl with the new ball. She can bowl with that old ball in the last death overs as well. Is there something that she can't do?
Malaysia losing their way into this innings. Went off to a good start. Until the 10th over, they were in control of this innings. And since then, it has been all about the Nepal bowlers. 100 for 5. Another youngster, Irtina, coming into bat. That's squeezed away on the onside. Not in control of that shot, but they will find the single. Bring back Mahira Izzati on strike. I think it's very important for Malaysia that Mahira Izzati faces the rest of the deliveries. Try to find a boundary here. She's played a good hand here. 18 of 16.
Well, this is good disciplined bowling from Kavita Kuwar.
Played straight to the fielder. Quick run there. Again, trusting your partner and allowing the youngster to play in a tough situation like this. Probably not the right ploy here.
It's been a little ordinary day in the outfield for Rachna. She's been struggling. Couple of drop catches, couple of run out being missed.
It's played through the cover region. There's a sweep out there. Again, just a single. Singles are not going to hurt Nepal. Just 2 deliveries remaining. Can they squeeze in a boundary from somewhere? They need to try.
Yeah, but Kavita has been pinpoint accurate with her line and length. It's like on demand.
Slow delivery. And that's out. Brilliant bowling once again. Kavita gets 2 in the over.
Yeah, double strike for Kavita Kuwar as Mahira perishes. A good catch by the short third, Samjana. Leading edge. A rather simple take. 103 for the loss of 6 now. So that 110 is like quite far from here. Unless somebody comes in and just goes for that big heave, that one maximum. You got to back your team.
Well, it's all about playing your A game. Malaysia definitely failed to do so, especially after the 10th over. And it's Juan Julia, someone who opened the bat over the years, and now coming into bat at number 8. So the last delivery coming. And it's castled. 3 wickets in the over for Kavita Kuar. Excellent over. 3 runs and 3 wickets. As she finishes off with 4 overs, 16 runs and 3 wickets. Malaysia only scored 103 of the 20 overs. Malaysian batters, they went off to a good start. Winifred right up there, 40 of 46. And Mahira Izzati towards the end, scoring 19 of 18. Nur Dania trying to contribute as well, 11 of 14. Apart from that, the rest of the batting has been a sorry story for the Malaysian side. Only 6 extras. It's a good comeback here from the Nepal bowlers. The bowlers did an amazing job here, restricting Malaysia to just 103 in the 20 overs. The bowlers did a good job. Kavita Kuar right up there. 4 overs, 16 runs, 3 wickets. Pooja Mahato was expensive. Suman Bisht was decent. So was Rachana Kumari. Kavita Joshi, for me, did a good job in those middle overs. And Rajmati Airi making her way into the side. 3 overs, 15 runs and 3 wickets in the middle. Amazing bowling from her. So we will be heading into a short break and we'll come back on the other side with the Nepal chase. Welcome back, viewers. We are here for the run chase. It will be Nepal coming into bat. 104 required of the 20 overs, 10 wickets in hand. And this is match 5, the decider between the host Malaysia and Nepal. We welcome you to the BAYUEMAS Oval. So we have the two openers out there, Samjana and Ruby Podar. And for Malaysia, it will be Aina Hamiza taking the new ball in her hand. So a lot to play for. Whoever wins this game will take the series. Both the teams are on 2 wins each. As the players are ready, here comes the first delivery. Aina Hamiza to Samjana. It's a good looking shot. It's driven down the ground. That will be a boundary. What a start here. Exquisite timing there from Samjana.
That's a typical Samjana kind of a start. Down the carpet, 4 runs, no time wasted. She did that yesterday also. The first ball that she faced, hit it away for a 4. This time down the carpet behind the bowler. Just the kind of start that Nepal generally wants. Got the 4 runs on the board. Good start here. Shaidur, you expect a good run chase. Well, Samjana, she says, my intentions are clear.
Slightly short. A good punch off the back foot. Again, she's looking very confident out there. And with the start, I think Nepal can get there easily, especially looking at the way she's batting, with how ease she played that first delivery. Ball number 3 coming up. Slightly short. Again, just trying to hit the ball too hard. And interesting to watch. The ball was going slightly late, reaching her slightly late. Samjana was into the shot a bit earlier. Signs of some lack of pace here from Aina Hamiza. Much fuller. Heaved away on the onside. Single.
Another good looking shot. Straight towards the fielder in the deep. You've got 2 fielders outside the circle. Got a long on and a deep square. As Ruby Potter comes in on strike, facing her first delivery. Not a very big total, 104 to win. I'm sure Nepal would be very happy with that first half that they've done. The bowlers did quite well. A few drop catches, but they still didn't conceive those many runs as you expected. 120, 130 on the cards today, but not to be.
It's a very good fight back. That's driven. Winifred does well to get a hand to it. That's 3 runs saved there. That ball was travelling. Again, coming from the middle of the bat. Malaysian skipper scored 40 runs with the bat. But they will need to pick early wickets, because the required run rate is a decent one. You don't really have to take risks to get there. But if you lose early wickets, Malaysia might find the way back into the game. Last delivery coming up. It's flicked away beautifully on the onside. Good job there. Mahira Izzati does well. Desperate dive there. Keeping it down to 2 runs.
Yeah, that's a brilliant work there in the deep, saving a couple of runs for the side. Made sure that she just pulls it back. A lot of ground to cover also. First over, 8 runs without a loss, Nepal.
And no surprises here. It's Noor Dania who will be taking the new ball alongside Aina Hamiza. Well, Noor Dania has been very good throughout the series, very economical. And amongst the wickets as well. The top wicket taker for Malaysia in this series. And Malaysia will need to play that attacking cricket. Go for the wickets. Ruby Poda on strike. Flighted delivery, that's very close. A big appeal here. Oh, that looked very straight for me.
Let's have a look at the replay. It was very interesting to see. Mighty close. Mighty close. Dania stolen off a wicket, I feel.
Yes, that looked pretty straight from here. Yes, a brave call from the umpire. Again, a wonderful start here from Noor Dania.
She's been one of the finest bowlers. Very consistent as well. You do it once or twice, you call it a fluke, but she's been doing it consistently for the 5th game.
It's played on the onside. There's a field out there. Oh!
Brilliant effort. Full marks to the effort there. You had to dive in. It was Marcelisa, one of the finest fielders in that outfit. Tough chance. You gotta give credit to the fielder.
Yes, it was that half chance which he tried to convert. Still goes down as a draw, but excellent effort. That shot pulled away. That's in the gap. Winifred does the job, but they can't stop the second. 2 runs there. Again, the length just short, slightly short for my liking. The previous deliveries were much better, much closer to the batters. 3 runs of the over so far. Oh, that took the edge. And running away towards third. Another couple of runs here. Well, a brilliant over here so far from Noor Dania, asking a lot of questions to the Nepal openers.
Yeah, this is where Noor Dania would be thinking, why didn't I go for a slip? Because the slip there could have been a catch. Very good bowling.
Flighted and driven in the gap. A lot of ground to be made. Marcelisa does well, but that will be another 2 runs. 7 runs of the over. It's 15 without loss.
Shaidur, do you feel that Malaysia are 20 runs short looking at the way the Nepal batters have started off? It's a good batting track, as we mentioned before as well. What do you think your assessment has been? What went wrong exactly?
Yes, I think they're definitely short, not 20, I would say by 30 runs, especially with the start that they had. And it was those middle overs and the innings of Noor Izzatul, that 20 ball 10 runs, that really brought the pressure back into the Malaysian batters. And since then, we have to give a lot of credit to the Nepal bowlers as well. They have bowled within themselves, according to the field, not leaking boundaries and picking up wickets in those crucial situations.
A good assessment. Full marks to you for having that keen eye on that proceedings.
Not the best of deliveries. Down the leg. Just clipping the pads. Samjana will be disappointed not to put that away. I know Nepal are off to a very good start, but the Malaysian bowlers, they need to believe this is the last match. They have played hard. They have given a lot of hard work into the series. So the last thing they would need is just to get the game away. And she's got it. That's what I was talking about. You need to believe. As Aina Hamiza gets that wicket, the important wicket of Samjana, that ball just castled into the stumps.
Yeah, big wicket. Again, trying to play across the line. That's the mistake she's been doing. The cross-batted heave. And straight onto the stumps. That little movement coming in. And Aina Hamiza, again being the pick of the bowler. 16 for the loss of 1. As Samjana departs, It is going to be Kavita Kuwar walking out in at number 3. You need to pick up wickets. And that's what the Malaysian hurdle will be talking about. Let's get a couple of more wickets inside of the power play. Let's add on that pressure on them. And let me tell you, if you get this wicket of Kavita, that's going to be a lot of pressure on the incoming batters, because Pooja Mahato, just apart from that one good innings, hasn't really been at the best of her touches. Yes, Indu Burma has been performing quite well, but Rubina Chetri also hasn't got that game time. There's no Sita Rana. So you can add a lot of pressure. 1 or 2 wickets inside of the power play.
It's all about holding on to your nerves and having the belief, having the hunger to win matches here. Kavita Kuwar will take the strike. Aina Hamiza getting a wicket here for Malaysia. Well, I think it will be a good contest between Kavita Kuwar and Aina Hamiza. Both are pretty similar in nature. Opens the bowling and very handy with the bat as well. Just worked away on the onside. Couple of runs to get off the mark.
Yeah, just pushed away on the leg side. Just that little bat on offer. 2 more runs. Look at that diving effort from Ameline coming in. Another rising star for the Malaysian women's side. A lot of young faces in this squad as well. Still early days. A lot of learnings in this series.
Yes, I think it's a good platform for the youngsters. Oh, that's a misfield through the covers. That will run away for a boundary. Excellent shot here, coming from the middle of the bat. Kavita Kuwar gets her first boundary here.
Yeah, these are the errors that you need to avoid. You need to save those runs. It's a tough dive, but the boundary comes in. That is all matters. Kavita Kuwar, excellent with the ball now. Contributing with the bat also. And she is known for that attacking brand of cricket. As I mentioned, she just played the 2 games in the YSD Malaysian Super Women Series and got the Best Batter award.
Definitely has the skills. Again, wide down the leg. Well, Malaysia got that wicket in this over. But then some good counter-attacking batting here from Kavita Kuwar.
8 runs of it with 1 more delivery to spare. So far, Nepal dominating.
Much better. Good line. And solid defense behind the line of the delivery. Ends the over 23 for 1. Nudania will continue in here. Flighted delivery. That was beautifully driven once again. Oh, direct hit there. Looked very close from here. Good fielding from Aisa Lisha. Let's have a look at that. Just played straight to the fielder. Oh yes, she was home. But again, a close call here. The last thing that Nepal will need right now will be a run out. Again, good start to the over, attacking the stumps here. No Dania.
Dohania has been very impressive throughout the series, but can she pick up a wicket? Today is a very important game.
Just played with soft hands, finding a single. Well, Nepal won't mind the singles. That's all they need to get across the line. Fuller delivery that's over the infield and in the gap as well. Long chase here for Marcelisa. She gets there. Another couple of runs here.
Yeah, Ruby Porter doing the right thing. She knows the fielders are up in the circle, so she has to just clear the circle. That's exactly what she's done, and got a couple of runs. Those singles and doubles are very important when the boundaries don't come in, and that's exactly what Nepal are doing. They're just sticking to the basics.
That short cut away with on offer. Good fielding there from Noor Izzatul. One more delivery to go in the fourth. 27 for 1. Nepal off to a good start in here. Just worked away on the onside. Quick run here. They will make it. Another single to end the over. That's 5 runs of it. 28 for 1.
Run rate pretty good. 7 and over. 76 to win from the remaining 16 overs. Kavita Kuwar and Ruby Porter are there in the center for Nepal after that wicket of Samjana. And it's time for a change. It's going to be the skipper Winifred, top scorer in the first innings. Decides to roll the arm. She's a brilliant bowler. Likes bowling inside of the power play. Been known for economical spells, can pick up those wickets also, and they need wickets at the moment. The desperate need of the hour is picking up a wicket or two.
Yes, and the good thing about Winifred, she's someone who bowls within herself, always trying to attack the stumps and maintains that very tight line and length around the off stump. She'll be bowling to Ruby Podar. That's edged away. That's in the gap. Long chase here for the fielder, and she gets there. Couple of runs. Nothing wrong with the delivery, but still, Nepal will take those runs.
Rather comfortable double. 30 runs are being set on the board. Just the kind of start you wanted in this run chase. 104, never a big target.
That's driven. The cover fielder got a hand to it, but they will again scamper for the second. Couple of runs there. Back-to-back doubles. We have seen a few within the very first few overs. So this is good running and very busy cricketers, both of them, Ruby Podar and Kavita Kuwar.
And this is something we didn't see in the first innings. Doubles were very rare.
Oh, that's in the air, but over the infield and in the gap as well. That might just win the race. Yes, it does. Wonderful shot once again from Ruby Podar, clearing the infield.
That was exceptionally timed. Lofted over cover. She's such a good striker. Look at that shot. Head position. That was always going to run away. It's a lightning fast outfield here at the BAYUEMAS Oval. 36 already on the board. Malaysia need wickets. They just don't need one. They need 2-3 wickets from here. They want to make a comeback in this contest.
Another expensive start here. Winifred just losing her plot. Another wide down the leg. That's 9 runs of the 3 deliveries that she bowled. These are crucial runs. Just easing the pressure on the batters. Well, Malaysia were 38 runs after 6 overs. Nepal already 37. We're only halfway into the 5th. Much better on that occasion. Finally, a dot delivery.
Yeah, but these dot deliveries will not be that helpful. You need a few silent overs. You need those wickets coming in, Shahidur, if you want to make a comeback, because once these two batters are well set, they could finish off the game in just under 15 overs.
Short cut away. Straight to the cover fielder. No runs there.
We've already got 9 in the over. One more delivery to spare. And one more over of power play. They've attacked the power play quite well. They've read the field. and they've played according to their plans. They haven't tried anything extraordinary, which is good to see.
Oh, that was very close to the stumps. Almost coming from the inside edge of the bat. Another dot delivery. Good comeback here. 3 dot deliveries. End of over number 5. It's 37 for 1. Well, interesting bowling change here. I would have loved to see Noor Dania bowling another over at least because she was having the rhythm. But then Winifred decides to keep her for the later overs. It's Aisha Elisa taking the ball from the Golden Hope end. Another medium pacer. Mind you, the Nepal batters, they like pace on the ball. Ruby Poddar on strike. Starts off with a wide.
And not the best of starts for us, yep. Sliding down the leg. You've got to be attacking at the stumps. That middle stump is somewhere, or the off stump. 2 fielders in the deep. You've got a deep mid wicket and a long on. A packed offside field spread. Fine leg shot third.
Played straight to mid off. No runs there. Malaysia will need more silent overs, especially in the middle overs. We haven't seen much, probably 1 or 2 dot deliveries every over, but apart from that, they've leaked runs. Much better. Good line.
Coming in with that defensive approach, Kavita Kuvar. She's quite a sensible batter, waiting for those loose deliveries. Not in hurry. Last game, it's been a good tour for them.
That's a full toss on the pads and flicked away. Just a single. Well, I think it's time for a bowler like Mahira Izzati to come into the attack as well. Because it has been the Malaysian spinners who have really controlled the game in the middle overs.
Probably can get an over of spin. Probably bring in Amelin. Although a little expensive yesterday, but bring her in, I would say.
Oh, that's aerial lofted over the infield. That's in the gap. But Winifred gets there. Couple of runs. Again, that will be the difference between both the sides. Like, even though Nepal, they didn't find too many boundaries, but at least they're scoring those doubles.
Yeah, they're converting the single into a double. That is good to see.
That's heaved away on the onside. That's in the gap. That might just run away. Long chase here for the fielder. And the ball wins the race. Another boundary here for Ruby Poddar.
The boundary just coming in easy. It was a good effort. 2 fielders with the dive in, but just couldn't rebound it in. It was a long chase again. And again, the leg umpire coming into the way. It was not the leg umpire who came in. It was the fielder just running diagonally. That is something that you've got to be working on a little bit.
Well, 45 on the board. What a power play for Nepal. That's squeezed away on the offside. Finds the fielder. Slight misfield, but smart batting. They'll take another single to end the over. That's 46 on the board.
Power play coming to an end. There's the signal coming in. Got the fielders now allowed outside the circle. As there will be a change in bowling, it's going to be Mahira Izati, the off spinner coming in from the Nigara end. 6 overs, 46 for 1 on Nepal. Just the kind of start you needed. Just 58 more to win from the remaining 14 overs. Isn't a big ask from here. With 9 wickets in hand, they are the hot favourites. Slight little width, trying to cut that away. Dot ball to start off.
And I think it's a good call to bring in Mahira Izati, another experienced off spinner.
Just flicked away. Some work there for the fine leg. So as close you get towards that target, it just becomes more easier. You could see that it has dropped to just 57. The way they've paced out the innings has been absolutely brilliant.
Yes, controlling the required rate and also imposing that quick run rate. So it always helps you psychologically as there's less pressure on you as a batter.
Guided towards the long on for another single. So both these batters have made sure that the scoreboard keeps ticking. They've got those ones converted into twos, and if not, they've at least got those singles. And somewhere down the road, I think that's a big learning for Malaysian batters. They should be assessing. I'm sure there'll be a lot of drawing on the board being done after the game. Again, a big heave. Didn't quite get that from the middle. Slight fumble, but no damage further on. Pressure surely visible on the fielders.
Yes, I think the body language itself. Look at that, just losing the grip. And I think it's also due to the hot and humid conditions out there. So a lot of sweaty palms.
Call it the butterfingers. A lot of butterfingers there. Another dot ball. Mahira. She started off well. There isn't much for the bowlers to fight for. Anything under 120, we always discussed is under par. 120 plus, game on. And Kavita, couple of steps forward. Good Yorker length there.
That single will bring up the 50 for Nepal as well. 50 for 1 at the end of over number 7. So very good start. Right from the word go, Samjana Kumari, she took on the bowlers, 13 of 10. And then Aina Hamiza getting her wicket. And since then, Ruby Podar and Kavita Kuar are doing a wonderful job there. Ruby batting on 24 of 21. Kavita Kuar batting on 10. 3 extras. But I think it has been a dominating performance with the bat so far from the Nepal batters. They've paced the innings well.
Talking about hot and humid conditions. Slight little water break and time for the Malaysian team to get into that hurdle. The captain probably just backing them. Still have another 13 over. Let's bring the fight on.
Yes, I think they still have 54 runs to defend. So I think it was more of a time to regroup and reassess. Aisha Elsa will continue in here.
Either 50 on the board in just 7 overs. That is a kind of start. Flicked away. And right away she's called for 2. Might be a risky one. This could be a chance of a run out, but Ruby just sent in time.
It starts off with a full toss. These are easy pickings with 2 batters already set out there. They have a good partnership going on.
Another flick shot towards the deep mid wicket. Another single. Singles is all they require. Don't have to do anything fancy out there. Kavita and Ruby Porter. Ruby's been really good today. 25 of 22 deliveries. Wicketkeeper batter. Oh, that was powerfully struck back to the bowler. She did get a hand to it. Rebounding it back to the non-striker. Oh, that's going to hurt. She is down there. The physio is going to come out. That's going to sting a bit.
Well, that was hit powerfully. Just hitting her on the finger. And straight away, she was in a lot of discomfort. And the physio is running there. Look at that. That's the last thing we want to watch. Player getting injured. We hope she's fine. She will need some medical assistance as the physio rushes off to the ground. Well, we're back live. Aisha Elsa back on her feet as she got the recovery. Well, again, played hard, straight to her once again, probably hitting her on the same hand once again. And she is in absolute agony. Well, it has been a tough over here for Aisha Elisha. Getting hit twice. Similar kind of shots. Kavita Kuar taking the attack. That's almost the third time driven. This time she finds the gap. Just a single. Wonderful start here for Nepal. They're almost halfway there. Only 51 runs required. 9 wickets in hand. They're in a strong position. It's a fuller delivery going over the infield. Nudania keeps it down to just a single. Good throw from the deep. Another single to end the over. It's 54 for 1 after 8. So some Nepal fans walking in, supporting their team. I think they have been wonderful globally. They have been everywhere supporting the team. We have seen them growing into that cricketing nation where they enjoy the cricket and they love the cricket as well. So wherever the team goes, they always follows Mahira Izati.
That's in the air. Should be a chance. Fielder takes the catch. It is the skipper Winifred underneath. And Ruby Potter trying to go for the big heave. Top edge and a good catch. It's 54 for 2. Big wicket coming in. And it is Mahira Izati with the breakthrough.
It's a good wicket here for Malaysia. Beautifully bowled once again. Flighted delivery, very close to the stumps. Taking the top edge and a good catch from the Malaysian skipper. Second wicket down here for Nepal. And it's a good time for Pooja Mahato to walk in. Was the player of the match in the second game. It's contributed with the bat, and since then it has been a quiet series for her. But she will look forward to score some runs here for Nepal.
Very sensible batter. She's a genuine match winner, Pooja Mahato. In at number 4. Just 50 more to win. Can Malaysia bounce back in this contest from here? That wicket might have just brought in that sigh of relief for them. And no time wasted. Off the back foot, punched away for a single. Looking for second was Kabita, sent back. Flirting with risk.
Well, I think they are in a good commanding position and they can just play around a bit. But then you need to be very careful. Another wicket or two here can really bring back Malaysia into the game. 55 for 2. So wonderful start here for Nepal. They only require 49 to win. That short and wide cutaway straight to the fielder. No runs there.
Good over this one for Mahira. Still a couple of deliveries remaining, but she's been doing fine job with the ball. Kavita Kuvar, she's played that really well. This might be the gap. No, brilliant work in the deep. It was Marcelisa. Well, that diving effort has saved her a couple of runs.
That was a brilliant effort in the outfield. Marcelisa didn't have a good outing with the bat, but she's still throwing herself around the carpet, saving runs for Malaysia.
Check shot, looking for that single, but she lost her balance. Kavita Kuvar, end of the over. 2 overs, 1 for 7 for Mahira, as 47 are more required from the last 11 overs. It's 57 for 2 after 9. Asia to continue. Trying to play that through covers. Good work from the fielder. Mahira Izati. She's been a fine bowler today. 47 from the remaining 65 deliveries. very much Nepal's game from here. Malaysia need to pick up wickets if they want to make a comeback. Beautiful use of the feet, getting towards the ball. Just a single though, towards the long off. Shahidur, Pooja looking very confident with the striking.
Yes, a very good start. Not afraid to use her feet and the ball hitting the middle of her bat as well. Confident looking start for her.
And that's the wicket. Again, the celebration comes in from Asia. She's got the big fish. Kabita Kuwar was looking so good. Will perish away. And that's the wicket you needed. Again, the little change of pace and chopped on.
Yes, it was outside the off stump and played on by the batter. Another wicket here for Malaysia. And with that, we'll have a drinks break. We're back live at the BAYUEMAS Oval. The players had a short drinks break. It's hot and humid out here. And I think it was a good time for the players to get hydrated. Fall of wickets just before the drinks. Bringing in the captain of Nepal, Indu Burma. 58 for 3 Nepal. We're almost at the halfway stage. They need 46 runs to win the series. Burma gets off the strike straight away. Single of the very first delivery that she faces. Well, I think the Nepal batters just needs to bat sensibly. No risk required. Required run rate is just 4 runs per over. They have 7 wickets in hand and 2 very good batters out there. Trying to cut that away, getting the under edge. Straight to the wicketkeeper. Well, Harman coming back to the Malaysian top order. One Julia has been one name. It's not been consistent, so Malaysia will need to find someone who can really bat up the order. Finding a good full-time opener will be the key here to get them that good start. I think it's very important in a T20 game to get the good start. Again, beautifully driven. Pooja Mato gets a single.
We'll talk about that in the next over as the halfway stage is done. It's 60 for the loss of 3. Yeah, talking about that point that you mentioned that top order needs to fire up in the power play. I feel Winifred as an opener is pretty good with Aina Hamiza. You could use that combination going forward. And batting with the new ball is not that easy. There is a movement as well. There is some assistance for the pace bowlers. Especially in Malaysia, we see when there's a lot of rain coming in, the next day games are very, very tricky. Especially batting first 10 overs or so.
Well, I totally agree with you on that. Meanwhile, that's carved away on the onside. Another single. Well, this is sensible batting. That's all they require. Singles here will do it for Nepal.
Yeah, singles is all you require, as you mentioned. 43 now from 9.5. They are sticking with Mahira Izati, who's bowling her third over. Only wickets can bring back Malaysia in this contest.
Fuller delivery, driven down the ground. Again, confident looking shot. Indu Burma brought up 1,000 international runs in the previous game. The captain of Nepal, the first Nepal woman batter to get there. And she's carrying good form as well. Scored 48 not out in the previous match. Again, that ball was right up there in the block hole. They still managed a single.
Yeah, talking about Indu Burma, young captain, took over the captaincy from Rachna. She's the first Nepalese women batter to get 1,000 T20I runs. A good feat. They had a good celebration yesterday after that win. Yeah, she's a good leader. Commendable fielder as well. We saw her doing a lot of ground fielding today. And with the bat, as you mentioned yesterday, played an unbeaten knock of 48. Match-winning knock as well.
Yes, and I think she's very calm and composed out there as well. Has a good character, good strong character as a captain. They were down 2-1, and from there to have that fight back, and if eventually they get there and win the series, it will be really commendable. Played straight to the fielder, no runs there.
And I feel from the other end, you should bring in your ace bowler, Danya. That's the only way. You can't drag it till the last. You want to put pressure now. This is the time. These are the overs, those middle overs. Because 41 to win, you want to pick up wickets.
Yes, absolutely. I think there's no point of holding them back and keeping the overs. They need wickets. That's the only way to get back into the game. As we conclude the 11th over, it's 64 for 3. Aisha Elisa will continue in here. Well, she'll be completing her quota of 4 overs. That's edged away. A quick single, but Indu Burma will get there. It's very quick between the wickets. The equation is looking very easy for Nepal. 65 on the board. Just 39 runs to win. And they have ample amount of overs. Again, dancing down the track. Played it straight to the cover fielder, but they'll snatch another single. Smart batting here.
Have a good fielding as well. Was the skipper, or is it Mahira Izati, I beg your pardon? Good ground fielding. Diving to her left, but as you mentioned, just 38 more to win. And I like the way Pooja Mahato attacks, dances down the track. That plays a lot with the mind of the bowler, let me tell you.
Yes, as a bowler, it really forces you to think outside the box because it really unsettles your rhythm.
Another good outing for Asia. Like the celebration she does after taking a wicket or a catch. Shaheen Shah Afridi inspired.
This could be. Again, beautifully driven. Nurizatul is out there. There's someone else in the footballing world as well who does a similar celebration. Lionel Messi. He does something similar. But yes, in the cricketing world, it's Shaheen Shah Afridi. So I'm not sure she's a fan of which of the sports stars, but either ways,
Could be both.
could be both. Yes, why not? Another single. Smart batting. They're well aware of the required run rate here. Risk-free cricket here from the Nepal batters.
They're playing sensible cricket. They're not trying anything extraordinary, as we mentioned. It's sensible, smart from both these experienced players. Pooja Mato might be very young, but very mature as a cricketer.
And played on the up. Another single. 5 runs of the over. Good one here for Nepal. It's 69 for 3. And again, I think that could be the differentiator between both the teams. Those middle overs, Malaysia really went into the shell, scoring 2 to 3 runs per over from over number 10 to over number 14. But whereas Nepal, even they were not able to find those boundaries, they kept the scoreboard ticking with those singles and doubles.
Completely agree with you, Shaidur, on that point. The difference between the two teams. It's all about those singles and doubles, those dot deliveries. We've seen whenever those dot deliveries have not come in for Malaysia, they've gone on to win the contest. Today again, they were under pressure at one point where those runs dried up. Those middle overs where one over was a maiden from Kavita Joshi, if you remember. That's where I think things just shifted.
That's forcefully played down the ground. Another single. Both the batters are playing with ease out there. Well, I think it's also a very good track to bat on. The ball is coming very nicely onto the bat, so it's easy for the batters. Mahira Izzati continuing in here. Slightly short of length, that's punched away. Another single. Both looking very good out there.
With every single, that asking rate is also dropping. Just another 33 to win. Has been a quite comfortable run chase for Nepal. They were 2-1 down in the series. It's a good fight back.
Again, targeting that area behind the bowler. And yes, absolutely. I think Malaysia can learn something from the Nepal team as well. Is the spirit with which they fight back. They were down 2-1, and from there, if they win it 3-2, it will be wonderful. Another good delivery here, slightly quicker, flatter.
And for Malaysia to win from here is they'll have to bowl some real good overs. Will have to pick up a few wickets. There'll have to be a collapse from the batters of Nepal. Less than run a ball to win is always an easy equation for the batting side.
So flighted delivery, again driven through the covers. Another single. Well, that has been the feature of this partnership, the rotation of strike. And they're hitting the gaps on more occasions than finding fielders.
Even in this over, there's just been that one dot ball. Apart from that, singles have come in.
Well, beautifully flighted. Good end to the over. 4 runs of it, 73 for 3. Well, Harman, a lot of young players for Malaysia coming into the side, into the squad. What do you think could be for them for the taking from this series?
Well, I think it's a very big series for them, and And it's good to see young faces come in because they are the future stars for your team. And the more international cricket they play, the more exposure they get is only going to get better for them because you practice a lot in the nets, you do your fielding drills, but it's all about the game, the match time that really does all the wonders. You might be bowling 100 overs in the nets, but it all depends how you bowl under pressure in the game. The match situation depends.
Oh, that almost got carried through, and I think it's a good time to bring back Noor Dania. Probably a little too late, but still, if she can squeeze in a wicket or two here, Malaysia will start believing once again.
Absolutely. She's one of the star performers who has been got the reputation of picking up wickets.
Flighted delivery, full toss, and she gets a wicket. What a breakthrough here from Noor Dania. And it's Pooja Mahato who gets out.
I told you, get her on. I told in the 11th over itself, bring on Noor Dania. In for the 14th, and she strikes, gets the big wicket of Pooja Mahato, who's always been the match winner for Nepal. And a soft dismissal in the end. Amelin with the grab. And there's the first wicket for Dania. 74 for 4 on Nepal.
Well, she will be disappointed with that shot. It was a full toss, played straight to the fielder, and good catch under pressure.
Shahidul, one more wicket from here, and then things will get a little interesting. Rubina Chaitri walks out in at number 6, former captain and one of the most senior members, the only centurion from the Nepal side. And she got 100 in Malaysia, if I'm not wrong, Shahidul.
Yes, 118 against Maldives. So definitely she's someone who can bat, can hit those big sixes as well. We have seen her hitting the only 6 in the series in the previous game. So that could be one area where both the teams can work on.
They'll have to work a lot on that range hitting. We've seen a lot of drills.
Good start here. Good welcome to Rubina Chaitri. Two very experienced batters out there for Nepal.
And I believe they won't target against Noor Dania. They'll just be very careful and just play out her over. And that's the right approach against a bowler like Noor Dania.
Well, Harman, it was Indu Burma who went out. We took the name of Pooja Mahato. Slight confusion in the com box as well. Sorry for that. That's played in the air, just short of the fielder. That was a good looking shot. Malaysia won't mind it because that ball was in the air. So as long as they can create those opportunities, that's the only way. Wickets, that's all Malaysia need right now.
Yeah, that throw just got her just around her chin, Noor Dania. And that wicket coming in of Indu Burma, as you mentioned, another big wicket, be it Pooja or Indu.
Oh, that will be a wide. One of those rare occasions where she have missed a mark. Dania, 3 runs in the over, and that important wicket. Last delivery coming up. Again, flighted over the infield, and they are running hard for the second, and get there. 2 runs to end the over. It's 78 for 4.
Yeah, good batting inside out. There was a lot of ground to cover for Noor Azatul. As the batters quite comfortably come back for the second. Good end to the over. 78 for 4 after 14. 26 to win from the remaining 36. Getting closer. Getting a wicket or two. Well, I want a last over contest. We haven't seen a super over. If a super over can come in, that would be even better. Just the kind of finish that you want. What do you reckon, Shahidul?
Yeah, I hope the same as well, because you can't really get anything away from the two sides. They have been very competitive throughout the series. Malaysia winning that first game, Nepal coming back in the second, and then Malaysia took that lead once again. again, Nepal fought back to force the decider coming into the fifth game. But now they only need 26 runs. So we have seen it all. It has been a roller coaster ride. That's driven another single.
It's been a perfect series, as I would say. There has been everything that you would expect. Highly competitive cricket, down the wire games. And that's exactly what you expect from these two young sides. Whereas I feel Malaysia were more on that inexperienced side, where a lot of young faces came in, but they've been commendable to tie the series up till the fifth game.
Received away on the onside. Slight fumble, but still kept it down to one. And yes, even with an inexperienced side, Malaysia actually were leading the series. So these are good signs here for a good making of a good team. Again, played down the ground. Another single. And I think it's also about the changes, not only in the team, but outside the team as well. The head coach, Mr. Dev Watmore, coming in. Surely he'll need more time to change a few things here. But he'll definitely give a lot of experience and a lot of learning for these young girls out there.
Yes, absolutely. And also, you got to commend the Malaysian Cricket Association to be organizing a lot of women's development cricket, a lot of interstate tournaments, and also the recently concluded YSD Malaysian Super Women Series, where you had players coming from Singapore, Indonesia, Rwanda, Bhutan, Kuwait, Nepal, of course, and the Malaysian players. So they got the opportunity to share the dressing room and play with them, rub shoulders together.
Yes, I think it was a beautiful platform for the players. Oh, slight misfeel. That will cost them an extra run. Coming back to the point, I think that platform was very important, especially the young players of Malaysia as well. We have seen a lot of them coming in from the under 19 squad, making their way through that tournament. Cut away, another single.
Shaidu, you want to cut down on those singles there. 7 of the over, 19 to win from 30. Winifred, 2 overs, none for 16. You need an over which is less than 4 or 5 runs. If you want to add pressure, take the game till the last. And I would say drag the game as far as you can as a bowling side. But talking about the batting card, Samjana gave them that kind of a start, 13. And some runs coming in from the bat of Ruby Potter today. She batted really well. Was quite expressive with her batting. Took on the bowlers inside of the power play. As this will be the last over of Noor Dania. So 1 for 17 and 3 in for the over number 16.
Slightly expensive for her standards. That's swept away. That's in the gap. Beautiful shot. Rubina Chatri gets a boundary of the very first delivery.
That's something that you didn't want. Sliding down the leg and swept away beautifully by Rubina Chetri. And the fielders could just see that. Run away for a 4. Now the equation dropping down to 15. Not the kind of start you expect from a bowler like Noor Dania. This was a very important over and not the best of starts.
Rubina Chatri, she is very strong on the onside. Anything on her pads, and you will be going for runs. Change of angle here for Noor Dania. Coming around the wicket. Much better. Tight line and length. She's showing a lot of control throughout the series. She has bowled with a very tight line and length. Good corridor. Good channel.
She has been very consistent.
Slightly short on that occasion. With on offer. Cut away for a single.
These singles are all they need at the moment. 14 from 27. Got the boundary of the very first delivery that has just settled the over for you. And Pooja Mahato, 14 of 16.
She's batting sensibly out there. That's pulled away. Another single. Well, smart batting here. Pooja Mahato came in a time where they still needed runs, but I think she was very sensible, just taking those singles and doubles and releasing the pressure, and those odd boundaries coming in really helped to pace the innings. Fuller delivery on the pads, again swept away. That's in the gap. Again, good fielding in the deep. Marcelisa.
A lot of ground to cover. She's done quite well to limit them just to a single. Now, two big hits away, although we've just seen that 1-6 coming so far in this series. Playing the 5th T20I.
It has been a quiet one in terms of sixes. Again, that sweep shot this time hitting the top end of the bat. So that's 8 runs of the over. Noor Tanya finishes off her spell of 4 overs, 25 runs and a wicket. Nepal 93 for 4.
Just 11 more to win. Winifred, the skipper, will continue. 2 overs, none for 16. Pooja's got 16 of 18. Rubina's got 12 of 11. Rubina Chaitri picking up the boundary in that previous over just to jumble up the game a little bit. Further away from Malaysia. 2-all was the series before the start of this game.
Winifred to continue here. Good use of the feet again. Putting her dancing shoes on. Pooja Mahato.
Yeah, she likes to use the feet, get closer to the reach of the ball. And generally you see that batters do when there's a little bit of lateral movement or you just want to add some extra pressure on the bowler. Generally with the new ball, you see a lot of batters stand outside the crease line by a few yards. It's to break the lateral movement or just break the confidence of the bowler.
Yes, I think that's a good way to deal with the early movement of the bowlers as well. Oh, that's the top edge. It was very close to Marcelisa.
That didn't carry towards the fielder. Was a chance of a run out as well. Missed by both ends. Now we're just 9 runs away from victory. This will be a series win for Nepal. 3-2 when they win this game. Malaysia will be disappointed. Won the toss yet again. 5 tosses being won by the skipper Winifred. Looks like she has some good luck with the coin.
Yes, I think she'll be happy with the toss, but it's just not the toss, but the match results, which is more important. They were leading 2-1 and losing the series from there. She will be disappointed. They had the upper hand. Even today, they went off to a very good start. And from there, they have lost their way into the game. 96 for 4. Driven straight to Marcelisa. No runs there.
Yeah, Shadur, as you mentioned, there's got to be a lot of learning for them. There's that learning curve just gets bigger from the series defeat after being 2-1 up. As you mentioned, they lost the plot yesterday. Today, they should have done better again.
Full toss. Another single for Rubina Chhatri. Well, she has also been very sensible today. Rubina Chhatri, 14 of 14. Not trying to take any risks.
Playing according to the situation. The situation demands for singles and doubles, and she's exactly delivered that. Last ball of the over.
Again heaved on the onside. Not in control, but they'll still find a single. 5 runs of the over. It's 98 for 4. Nepal just 1 hit away from sealing the series in their name.
Do you reckon a big hit is coming? We've just seen 1 big hit so far in the series.
Well, if Rubina Chhatri is on strike, it could be. It could be.
And I think the first 6 came in from her bat as well.
Yes.
Yesterday. A 6 towards the deep square.
It was a full toss.
plunged away, and Nouralia Batrisya into the attack for the over number 18. Nothing much left for Malaysia to fight for. 18 deliveries, 6 to win. Pooja's got 19 of 21. Another sensible knock. And there you can see the Nepal fans with the dancing shoes on. They are quite enjoying this. Wherever the team plays, the fans come out in numbers. And they'll be really happy. And the dance will continue even further after the game.
Trust me, there'll be a lot of them dancing behind the screen, which is in Nepal, in Kathmandu. That's worked away in the gap. Good looking shot. And that will be a boundary. Nepal inching closer to the series win.
A good little shot. Just that slide width on offer. And guided away for a boundary. Well, they are just now 2 runs away from a series win. Coming back with that fight. They were down 2-1. And Pooja Mahato with that boundary is just inching closer. As the fielders will now be called in. No, still at the boundary range.
Just 1 hit away. Full toss. Played straight to Nourdania. And I think it has been pure dominance with the bat from Nepal. Even the game yesterday, where they were chasing 112, they got there with 6 wickets in hand. And she disturbs the timber. Pooja Mahato departs. Well, Nepal just 2 runs away. And they lose the wicket of Pooja Mahato. Nouralia Batrisya getting a wicket here.
Yeah, looks like the winning runs are going to come in from the new batter as Pooja goes. It will be Kavita Joshi, who hasn't batted entirely in this series, but probably might just have her name towards the winning runs. Shaidur, call it God's plan.
Absolutely, I think it's well deserved as well. Because I was very impressed with the way she bowled. She came into bowl at a time when the Malaysian batters were really having a move, and then she closed down the runs, dry up those boundaries. And now she is on strike. Can she finish it off? It's Kobita Joshi on strike. Nouralia coming into bowl. That's driven again straight to Nourdania. Well, Nepal will need to wait a bit more, a bit longer.
Yeah, the wait game is still on. 2 to win from 2.2 overs. Kavita Joshi with the dot ball.
Slightly short. That will be a single. That will level the scores. So Nepal are 103 for 5. Just 1 run needed. And who else than Rubina Chhatri, the experienced Rubina Chhatri on strike.
Just the one, so she might just look to finish off with a fancy hit. Fielders all called inside the circle. Last ball of the over as well.
That's a fuller delivery. That's played on the onside. They'll scamper through for a single. That will be the win for Nepal. And that's the series for Nepal as well. They've won this 3-2. Another dominating performance with the bat. They have won the 5th game, the decider, by 5 wickets. A wonderful display here from the Nepal players. Malaysia started off well, but since then it has been the Nepal bowlers and now the Nepal batters who really took the game away. An emphatic win once again. But what a wonderful series we had. 5 matches full of excitement, good performances from both the sides, and handshakes there. It all ends in good spirit here. So congratulations to Team Nepal for doing a wonderful job here. Malaysia went into bat first, scoring 103 runs. Winifred top scoring with 40 runs. Rajmati Airi coming back. She took 3 wickets. Kavita Kuwar with 3 wickets as well. And in response, Nepal got there with 5 wickets in hand. Ruby Poddar top scoring with 26. Pooja Mahato 23. And Nouralia and Mahira Izzati taking 1 wicket each. So Nepal women have won this game by 5 wickets. and they take the series 3-2. So that's it from the com box. Please stay tuned with us as we catch you down there with Harman for the post-match presentation. Thank you.
Welcome to the presentation ceremony for the bilateral series between Malaysia women and Nepal women 2025. A hard-fought series in the end, Nepal winning it by 3-2. And a good win in the last T20I by 5 wickets. First up, I'd like to invite the VIP guest that we have for the presentation ceremony, Nurul Huda Abdullah, Shefti Mizran for SEA Games 2025 Thailand. Can we please have Nurul Huda Abdullah, please? Next up, we have Mr. Mahinda Valipuram, President, Malaysia Cricket. Dato Haji Ahmed Faisal Ahmed Tajuddin, Vice President, Malaysia Cricket. And Professor Faiz Abdur Rahman, Vice President, Malaysia Cricket. Thank you for joining us. First up, player of the final, which goes to Rajmati Eri. 3 wickets for 15 runs. And I request Professor Faiz Abdur Rahman, the Vice President, to give her the award. Well done, Rajmati. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Next up, we have the best batter, which goes to Aina Hamiza. 2 back-to-back 50s, 152 runs in 4 games, best of 61. And I request Dato Haji Ahmed Faisal, the Vice President, to please give her the award. Aina, can we please have you here? Thank you. The best bowler goes to Kabita from Nepal. 9 wickets in total. Datu Haji sir, can I please have you again to give away the awards? Well done, Kabita. Really effective with the ball. Next up, player of the series goes to Aina Hamiza from Malaysia. And I request Datu Haji sir again to come up, please, to give the award. Next up, there is a token of appreciation from Cricket Association of Nepal to Malaysia Cricket, and I request Mr. Mahinda to please step forward and Mr. Divakar from Team Nepal to come in and give us the token of appreciation for Malaysia Cricket for this successful series and highly competitive cricket. A token of appreciation from the Cricket Association of Nepal to Malaysia Cricket. Thank you, Mahinda sir. Next up, I request the runners-up team to please come up and collect their medals from Mr. Mahinda Valipuram, President, Malaysia Cricket, and Ms. Puan Nurul Huda to also do the honours. Can the team please come in from Malaysia? The runners-up medals to be given by Mr. Mahinda and Nurul Huda. Well done, Team Malaysia. They were levelled up 2-2 in the series, and it was the last T20I to finalize it. Some good performances, positive notes there for Malaysia women's side. Were leading 2-1 until the third T20I. A lot of young faces in that squad as well, and was highly competitive. The younger faces performing. It was overall a very good series.
You see the same thing in SEA Games. You see them again.
The same team will also prep for the SEA Games that will be in Thailand starting in December. And last not the least, Marcelisa, alongside the skipper Winifred. Next up, can I please request the Nepal team to come in and take the winning medals? Well done, Winnie. Good performance. Can we please have the Nepal team come in, all players? And I request Mr. Mahinda and Nurul Huda to give the medals, the winning medals to Nepal, winning the series 3-2. It was a brilliant series altogether, 5 games to decide. In the end, it was the last game, which Nepal won by 5 wickets and will take that cup home as well.
Thank you. Sorry.
Happy faces for Nepal. It's a good team performance. Next up, I request Mr. Mahinda to give away a momentum to Puan Nurul Huda, chef the mission. Next up, the Champions Trophy coming up for Indu Burma, winning the series 3-2. Well done, Indu and Team Nepal. It's a good tournament. Handed on by Mr. Mahinda and Nurul Huda alongside Dato Haji and Professor Faiz. Yes. Yeah. And next up, Mr. Mahinda wants to give a memento to Puan Nurul Huda, chef the mission, SEA Games 2025. Can we please have and a bouquet of flower as well?
You can do that.
The SEA Games. There will be the skipper, Winifred, alongside Mr. Mahinda.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Thank you for having me here, and very proud, and I'm glad to see how your team and your squad is doing so far. Keep up the good work that you've been doing.
For you.
Thank you. Thank you.
A round of applause. It's been brilliant. The entire series has been really well done.
Now you can go ahead.
And next up, we can invite the entire Nepal team to come up for a photograph with the trophy. Can we please have the entire team coming up? You can enjoy your moment, as that will also conclude the post-match presentation. See you with the next games.